Now, the Electoral Commission again has released the final certified voter register ahead of the 2024 general elections. According to the Commission, a total of 80,774,159 voters have been confirmed as eligible to participate in the upcoming elections. Has the EC satisfied the NDC's concerns about the voters register as they are set to the nationwide distribution of ballot papers? And joining me via Zoom is Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, the Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC. Doc, thank you for your time. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Annie. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I hope you are too. So you challenged the EC on the day of handing the pen drives to you, the one that had the register, and you demanded the summary of the register. Are you satisfied? Are you and the EC now on the same page?
Well, Annie, let me say good afternoon to your cherished viewers. I'm happy you recounted what happened on that day. About 2 days ago, we had an IPAC meeting where the summaries were released, and then Albert, they released only the national summaries. And then in the summaries they released, there was a one-line item which is quite revealing, which talks about some polling stations have been collapsed or cancelled, and about 884 of voters from those polling stations have been migrated to other polling stations. I mean, this is startling revelation. This was the first time it came to our notice. And then we asked them about it, the data of it. Because as we speak now, they have not given us or indication which of the polling stations that they have collapsed, were they situated, and which new polling stations have they migrated the 884 to, which resulted to a shortfall of 884 absentee voters.
If you permit me, since I'm reading from the release, since no register was generated for these closed polling stations, no absent voters list was created for them, resulting in 884 voters excluded from the absent voters list. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. You close polling stations without the knowledge of political parties, stakeholders. Annie, you are a media person. You are not aware that polling stations have been closed. You have a place that you vote. As we speak now, we are not aware whether your polling station has been closed. It's part of those closed.
Right.
Because their release fell short of that. And they have not mentioned how many polling stations have been closed.
And
in their release, they didn't mention.
Polling stations.
Yes, and where they are.
And where they are.
Where they are situated, the close one.
So what's going to happen? Because I might be affected, my sister might be affected, depending on where you're voting. If you're not sure of the collapsed areas, the parties must also help us, get that information from the Electoral Commission, as you've already succeeded in getting at least a copy of a summary.
Yes, Annie, that is why we want you to come along. So you see that Ghanaians should be grateful to NDC for holding the Electoral Commission to high stakes. Because why would they do this? Why are they keeping you people dark from getting information? That is the problem we are having with them. Because this one should be readily made available to public. We shouldn't be requesting for it. You have closed polling stations. Let us know that this polling station doesn't exist again. So voters in that polling stations have been migrated to this one or two polling stations again. But you just released a blanket statement and said, we have closed polling stations, and because we have moved them to other places, no absentee voters list has been created. What is that? So we demanded for this one.
Have polling stations been closed before, and maybe the public was informed about it? Has it happened before in our elections? Because I remember I've gone to the polling station to vote before, and they will tell you, move here to go and vote.
Annie, what we normally do is that we don't close polling stations. What we normally do, and what they are aware, at the last meeting we discussed about the polling station this year, they are not creating any new polling station. The current polling stations will be split. If the figures cross 450 and the 750, the threshold for a polling station as of now is 750.
Right.
And because of the additions that we have added during the registration period, so any polling station which crosses 750 will be split into two. So they will have 2 voting centers, not polling stations.
A and B.
That is what we all know. So you now have A and B. But now, their statement is saying that they have closed some polling stations. Mm-hmm. That means some existing polling stations have been closed completely.
Yes.
And we don't know that. You have not indicated
for not meeting minimum voter threshold required for the operation of either legitimate reasons.
Annie, they should show us which part of the law, CI 127, indicates the minimum threshold of a polling station, number of voters that should form a polling station. You see their problem. There's nothing like that. So they are using their own administrative team to decide something that you and I don't know.
Yes, which have been stated here.
And we, the political parties, don't know.
So what will you do? I mean, I foresee another struggle and fight with the EC again.
Well, we didn't want to go that path with them. At the IPAC meeting, I told them, I requested for the data. They should give us information about the closed polling stations.
Okay.
And where these 884 people have been moved to. This is a simple request. Just get the names. Okay, police station, this is no more in existence. This one is no more in existence. And that one is taking them hundreds of hours to get that information.
Have they given you a time frame have they given you a time frame to provide that data? No.
Annie, they haven't. At the meeting, when we did the request, they were quiet. No even answer to it.
Wow.
I think this is what we are talking about. You have read the statement. We didn't write a statement for them. And then when you put things like this, definitely we are going to ask questions, follow-up questions on their statement.
Yeah.
And so these are the issues we have, and they will think that they must address that. So that we don't want to go that path that they always think that we are always fighting them. No, we are not fighting Electoral Commission. Electoral Commission is not our enemy at all. We are partners in this our democratic process. They are in charge of handling the elections. We respect them for that. And they must come clean when we are asking them information about some of these processes.
Right.
That is the surest way to go in for a free, fair, transparent, and peaceful election.
Right.
And the peace everybody is looking for.
Right. Dr. Rashid,
stakeholders must come on board. They shouldn't leave it to NDC alone to be.
Right. We're grateful. Just before I let you go, you know the CSOs have also raised issues that they have not been granted accreditation in the coverage of the elections.
Well, you see, when we are talking and they are quiet, now it has come to them. When we see they should hold them to high stakes, people are quiet. They don't see the need. They think that NDC is always crying foul. Now you have seen it. CSOs in Ghana who wants to, I know about 3 of them that reported their incidents to me. They've applied to be accredited as observers. They refuse them. Meanwhile, foreign observers will come, they will give them accreditation to go to the place.